EOS, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if you refer to my last analysis, since the price was within this down move, I mentioned if we get any opportunity for buy, we'll take the trade because we mentioned based on forward and 1 hour chart, we had a divergence if you refer to the indicators and as well here. That's why I mentioned if we get any opportunity for buy, we will take it, and this is what we get. And for those traders, they get the trade for buy within this range. If they want to keep the trade, at least move their stop loss to break even, because if you look at this one, the price tag 27 and 61.8% as a target, first and second target. That's why the traders, they want to take out the trade in the profit, they can. And if they want to keep the trade, at least move their stop loss to break even or book some profit. Because if we move to daily chart, if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we have been looking for reversal. Now the only question is whether this is the start of the reversal, or we can expect this one turn to a correction for one more drop. Then from there, we need to look for 3.3 before we get the reversal. Anyway, from now, we look any trade setup. If there is a continuation, we will take it. But the only, because as we can see based on forward chart, we had a divergence. This is what we can see, and this is what we can see. This is the reasons why we have been looking for buy. And based on forward chart, the first level we have been looking for is 4.2, which the price almost is there. We mentioned if we the breakout of 4.2, the next level we can look for is 4.45. All right, because we need to see the breakout of this soon to confirm this is the start of the up move. The reason is, how about if this one turns to a flat, either running flat or expanding for one more drop? Because if you want to put this one in relative to this as the bigger picture, this is what we discussed in my last analysis. All right, because simply we cannot put this one in relative to this. All right, that's why this one can turn to a correction for one more drop before we get the reversal. We don't need to wait for one more drop. Then from there, we take the trade for buy. That's mean from now, if we get any opportunity for buy, we will take it, but we need to know about this possibility as well. Anyway, we want to see with the breakout of to 4.2, the next level we can look for is 4.45. That's why we mentioned based on lower time frame, for those traders, they get the based on 1 hour chart. For those traders, they get the trade for buy within this range, at least move their stop loss to break even if they want to keep the trade. But whether we should look for buy at this point, we don't see any trade setup based on forward chart. And even if we move to 1 hour chart, we don't see any trade setup to look for buy. The only thing is, if we want to look for the next trade for buy, we need to get at least flag before we take the trade or correction. And the most important things, we need to see the breakout of the previous top, which is 4.4. All right. Still, we can look for continuation, but whether we should look for trade at this point, we have to get the trade setup, as I mentioned, at least a flag. All right. But if we see the prices start to consolidate here, similar to what I draw here or similar to what we get here, this is where we need to be quite careful. Any sharp move down following by flag, this is where we can look for sell. That's why for those traders, they get the trade, at least move their stop loss to break even. In the bigger picture, make this one turn to a long running flat. Anyway, again, we don't see any trade setup. Still, we can look for continuation. We want to see whether the price can break 4.4 or 4.45 or not. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.